as I'm standing here right at the beautiful place at the beach, I want to quickly have a discussion with you about an aspect of who God is that is often overlooked by us in the Western world because of our worldview. Firstly, let me identify what I'm talking about. The individualism, the individualistic approach and individualistic worldview that we have. In the West, we are very individualistic people. But did you know God is not individualistic? In fact, God is faithful not only unto us as individuals, but far more than that. He is a God of faithfulness unto families, generations, and even unto communities and nations. That is the reason why if you realistically look at 13 families, you will see the favor of God running through those families generation after generation. If you look at 13 communities, 13 nations, you will see the faithfulness of God running through them generations after generations. Regardless, yes, this is going to be a little bit shocking for you, regardless of the sin and even rebellion of various individuals within those within those families or communities. This is an amazing aspect of who God is. This is an amazing aspect of the character of Jesus Christ. He is faithful unto generations. His faithfulness stretches not from borders to borders, but really from generations unto generations, from fathers and mothers to their children and grandchildren, up to generations after generations. This is how faithful, how amazing, how good is Lord Jesus Christ, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. This is how wonderful is the God of the Bible. Unlike any other religion which requires daily performance from you, God is faithful. And His faithfulness is not actually limited by your faithfulness. Here is the amazing part. The faithfulness of God is not limited or determined or dictated by your performance or even by your own faithfulness. That is the most amazing part. He is gracious. That is where the whole concept of grace comes into the picture. But then there are various passages in the Bible where God encourages us to remain faithful unto Him, to remain faithful. And there He says, if you remain faithful, if you serve me, I will be even more gracious to your children up to 7 generations. This is how amazing our God. And friends, now I want to share with you a couple of examples from the Bible. But when I think of God's faithfulness throughout generations in the Bible, there is no story that tops the subject of God more than the story of Abraham and his children. God's covenant with Abraham in Genesis 12 is a covenant whereby God single-handedly from His side made a promise to Abraham. I think we should rather say God's promise to Abraham, because Abraham did not have to do anything to earn God's faithfulness, in which God said to Abraham, I will be faithful unto you and your children and your children's children, and your children will be more than the sand of the sea, more than the stars in the sky, and they will be a blessing to all the families of the world. What an amazing promise. And did God fulfill that promise? It's a very legitimate question to ask. Did God ignore, forget about it, walked away, or did God remain bound by this promise and fulfill it? Just a casual overview of human history and the history of the Jewish nation shows us that man, oh man, God did not only fulfill it, He has actually overperformed in this promise in the light of our expectations. No matter where the Jewish nation were scattered, God blessed them. even to this day, they are among the most blessed people. They are actually the most blessed people. In spite of many Jews having turned their back on God, in spite of many Jews having shaken their fist against God, rebelled against Him, in spite of many Jews having made covenants with the Satan on a personal level, God still blesses them, still fulfills His side of this promise. And that is how faithful is the God of the Bible. God's covenant was not with Abraham alone. It was with the generations of Abraham that will come from him. Now, my friends, why do I share this with you? I want you today look at this in the light of your own life story, in the light of your own family, your own wife and children and husband, whomever the context in which you are living in. Now, my friends, maybe you are going through times in life where you feel, will my children turn back to God? Will they serve God? Will my family worship Jesus Christ? I want to encourage you. God is faithful unto many generations to His children. God's faithfulness stretches from generations to generations. And there is always hope for those who are the children of those people who serve God. So if you continue to serve God, if you personally continue to worship and praise and honor Jesus, my friends, there is great hope for your children, your grandchildren, your family, even your unborn future generations. There is great hope for their salvation because of God's faithfulness, because of who God is, not because of who they are, but because of who God is. We serve a mighty God. He is the King of heavens and the earth. He is faithful, faithful unto many generations. His love, His grace stretches over all our mistakes and sin and rebellion, and even stretches all our generations, stretches over all our generations. I want to this morning bless you with this biblical truth and encourage you to keep on standing firm in your faith in Jesus Christ, in your walk with God, and trust Him for the salvation of all your family, all your children, even unborn future generations. God bless you and goodbye.